Hello and welcome back. Hello and welcome back to another episode of The Modern Grind. And today we have a very special episode because we were prepping for pastimes yesterday, and today we went to pastimes with our friends, the Flexlot Gamers, the Borzak crew, the legend Jared, who's on this board right there. And it was a great time. We lost our first round. We took a deep breath. We reset the vibes. We kept grinding. We like to take our loss early so that then we're able to just reset, focus in, and we won round two. Round one was versus Prowess. We lost. It was very close. Round two, we played up against Affinity. Trashman does work. Round three, and Thoughtseize took the Kappa Cannoneer game one, which was huge. Round three, we played up against my buddy Jared, absolute legend. He homie scooped us up the ladder, and we went and got some food. First time I've ever been homie scooped before. He already has his invite. My friends already have their invite, so they just wanted to see me win. And it was kind of weird having everybody rooting for you. Usually I'm the underdog, so it meant a lot to me to see my friends there, and it was a great time. So shout out to the legends. Yeah, we were able to win round four. Played up against trying to remember. Round four, last round we had to win was up against Death Shadow. Grixis Death Shadow. And they had dress downs and everything. We were able to grind them down because they dealt themselves a lot of damage. Got to draw with the first place seed in the quarterfinals, or in the round five, the last round. And then we got to top eight. We got to top eight, and we played the first round of the top eight, the quarterfinals, up against my friend May, the Merfolk Queen, playing Murktide. Absolute legend. We were barely able to get there. It was a really close match all around. Cavern's really good against Murktide, and yeah, it was a great day. We won the quarterfinals. Then we got into the semifinals, and it was a two slaughter, so it was basically just to figure out who was going to get the invite. And my friends helped negotiate, or I can't say negotiate. My friend Frank, who was in the top four, he knew how to negotiate pricing and stuff. I didn't, so I just told them, I was like, if I just said, I don't know what's happening. And Frank was a good friend. He helped us through the entire process. We all had to come to a consensus on what to have happen, and so I ended up at the end of it getting an invite, and so it means the world to me. I've never had one of these before. I've always dreamt of going to the regional championship. I've always dreamt about going to the Pro Tour, and now that it's in the stepping stone to get to the Pro Tour is in my hands. So this is literally why we grind, and it literally wouldn't be possible without the support. Where the fuck did I put it? I want to put it right back where it was, but I don't know where it was. We're just going to stick it in a new hole. We're going to go right there. Boom. Don't take that out of context. Okay. But yeah, I wouldn't have been able to do this literally without my friends. I went with four other people who were all giving me good vibes and support the whole time, who wanted to see me succeed, and that really meant the world to me. So yeah, we're going to Vegas, baby. Super excited, and yeah. Big shout outs to Jared Munsterman, not only for being a member of the channel, but also for the homie scoop. And all the other games we had to earn. We had to work hard, and they were really close, hard fought games, and we got there in the end. So big shout out to my friends, big shout out to Jared, and big shout out to Pastimes for organizing the RCQ. And yeah, so that's basically it for the RCQ recap. Let's jump into some modern before we start. If you enjoy Goblin's content, if you enjoy listening to me ramble, hit that like and subscribe. Easiest way to support the channel, and it's free. And if you want to do more support the channel, go get that memberships tab, click that button. $1 a month gets your name read out in stream and added to the board. And yeah, I really appreciate you watching. Let's get started with the modern grind. We still have a league to finish. It's not going well. If we remember correctly, the league is not in a good spot right now. 1 win, 3 losses. Can we get 2-3? I think we can get 2-3. We gotta fight. Let me pull this up real quick. And we will start. Boom. This is not the right one. Technical difficulties. Okay. Now, if we do a mic check real quick. Perfect. Maybe it's too loud. Gotta turn myself down. I don't know. All right. Julian, this is better Titan. I like to tell my friend that because he's a really good Titan player. And Goblins is usually like one place beneath him. So it's really nice to be like, hey, Goblins is just worse Titan. He's like, no, it's not. It's not. But it's fun to say it is. My deck loses to a shock. His deck loses to a lot more. I'm hoping this is Boros. Eldrazi. Interesting. What is this, Yawgmoth? So I dealt myself some extra damage. I could have just shocked my Blood Crypt here. And I thinned my deck, so it's less likely I'm going to hit my 4th land for this Ringleader. But I was going to just play a second Violence or Veil, but I can Stone Rain them if I play this Munitions Expert. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Well, it worked well the last time. Let's just do it again. Poke him. That's it. That's all we got. Kill us, opponent. Just kill us. Play Ardent Plea. Okay. Crazy it's not an elf. Yep. I'm going to say yes. We will shock. Play the ringleader. Looking for a Mog Mob or a Chain Whirler here. That's one of those two cards. Duh. Yes. Chain Whirler into play. Okay. I have to set an upkeep stop so I can violin my Harbinger before my draw step. That way I can draw the card that I violin. I'm going to yield through this turn so I can go to combat and attack with all. Crashing in. So now we upkeep violin Harbinger a Sling Gang to the top, win. Good. They can chord for 2 to find a Priest of Tartania. That's a good point. Oh, wait. What has left the game? Bringing the Brothers to ends, bringing the Fatal Pushes. Chalice, I guess, is okay on 1. We saw a decent amount of 2s. I honestly think it's just Brothers at End. We're going to cut all of our aggressive cards. Sting Scorcher, Crater Maker. Munitions is good. Not the right matchup for Trash Man. Vials are too slow. And Thoughtseize is too slow. Does that let us play the Chalice? Guess we don't have to cut the Vials. We just keep all the Goblins. And then we just keep 2 Vials. I like it like that. We don't need the full 4. One land hands are a trap. Even though we have a push, we can never draw a second land. There's always a better hand. Case in point. Bottom the either the Ringleader or the Sling Gang. The Sling Gang is a combo piece, so I'd rather have it in the deck. And that one's good. Because with the other hand, we had the possibility of doing something dumb. With this hand, we have like the certainty of doing what we need to do, bare minimum. And look, we drew the Snoop. Perfect. This is white mulligan to a better hand. We have 2 lands and the combo here. Poke. I want to cast the Mogmob on 3, so I have to play this tapped now. I can still Violent Snoop and then combo the following turn. That clock doesn't change, but we're going to let them pop off for 1 turn. Oh. That's fine. They're going to make probably 3 extra dudes. Hey, Derek. Appreciate you dropping in. Elves versus goblins. It's kind of insane. All right. Needle Sift. Metal Sentinel. Time to go crazy. Heritage Druid. What's up, Tim? Appreciate you dropping in, bro. Always a pleasure to see you. Aladam Marie. Corvacadol. Okay, Wirewood Symbiote's really good. Okay. So we get to put Cavern on Goblin. Try to kill the Priest and the Arbor. Priest and the Wirewood Symbiote. Yes. This makes any future Arena of Glories untapped, so let's do that. Then we can play a Mogmob. And I think we have to go after the Wirewood Symbiote and the Priest of Titania. We're going to do 1, 1, 1. That's good. They're going to bounce an elf to save their priest. Yep. Oh, they're going to untap the priest. Ooh. Do they have enough to activate War Master? It's 7, so no. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Taps for 1 short. Oh! And this is tap. So they could activate that if they had the mana. Chord? I mean, now the priest dies. Really close. Yeah, so they decide to float the mana. Everything dies. Then I yield through their turn. Go to their end step. Okay. They don't have a Heritage Druid. That's the big one. Oof. The caffeine is waking me up. Wake me up inside. Wake me up inside. Save me from the nothing I've become. All right, opponent. War Master only triggers once each turn. That makes sense. It'd be pretty dumb otherwise. They do only have one Nettle Sentinel though, because they bounced the other one. So now they're gonna play a Nettle Sentinel. They can buff the Elvish War Master if they tap their team. 3, 6, 9. If they're just trying to get mana, they can tap everything but the Eldamri. They can pump and have 2 mana floating. Instead, they just decide to attack. Yeah, even without a pump, they do have mana on a 2-turn clock. No, I don't think I die to the activation. Because they have to tap them to make the mana, and it's 7 mana. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, they're just dealing me 10. And then end step, I vial in the Snoop. And then I put in the Snoop, and I go to mine, and then I untap, and I upkeep, and I trigger this. Yes. Draw the Bloodstained Mire. Play the Bloodstained Mire. Activate Vial. And combo. I guess they could have a Dismember. But we cross that bridge when we get to it. Tap to target. Tap to target. Nothing bad's going to happen, opponent. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. I could probably go to. So that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. So 3 more. And then in case they have like an Angel's Grace or something, we want to make enough where we can just win. 20. Cool. Now, sure. I misclicked, but that's fine. Now we copy this, change the top card to a Mob. They give themselves protection response. We're gonna sack not the original. Done. Almost with 20 minutes left on the clock, we get there against elves. GG's opponent. Well played. Okay. Well, we got our play points back, so let's go to the deck list, make the changes that we played today. Today we did the same list. The baubles were replaced with another fatal push. Boo. Yeah, well, fine. We'll test it. Fourth Brothers Hit End then. And then the Thoughtseize. So the fourth Thoughtseize and the fourth Brothers Hit End was we tested technically a fatal push, but Brothers Hit End was brought in more often. So plus like a hard sweeper against a lot of the aggressive decks just feels so good. It also is your artifact hate, so I like that a lot actually. Fatal Push never really boarded in, but they're for those matchups where like you have to kill a slick shot or something really fast. Just make sure it's the right sideboard. Let's do it. And jump right back into it. The grind never stops. Appreciate y'all for being here. Means the world to me. All right. Deep breath. Reset. Cause I'm in too deep and I'm trying to keep up above in my head instead of going under. So catchy. It's stuck in my head. All right. I know there's people out there. I know that they want to play Modern. Moto just has to connect us to those people who want to play Modern. So much tea. I bet all of you play Commander. What do you think of the 11-hour game? Is it a good or a bad thing for the community to have the finals of a tournament be 11 hours long, and then after 11 hours for it to draw? I think that's kind of insane. Let's do it. Thoughtseize me. Sure. Probably the one matchup we don't want to Thoughtseize in, but whenever you discard one or more, well, it's going to get a counter. No second land. And NT is just really good. Burning Inquiry is kind of okay. It would make it a 4/4. Or 2 turns away from matroning for something. I mean, looting lets them do it the safe way. Burning Inquiry forces us to draw, so it's better with the Bowmasters. It's interesting. I think it's Burning Inquiry because they could draw like triple hollow one and discard other cards, then triple hollow on us. So this only puts 1 counter on it, whereas the Burning Inquiry would put 3 counters on it. Yes, now they Faithless Looting. Pitch Croxa and Bowman, okay. Because I got rid of the Burning Inquiry. That makes sense. Hand is Inti, Croxa, 2 other cards. Yep. Ooh, they did find a hollow one. So the Burning Inquiry would have been really good for them. Okay, so we're taking 8 next turn. Let's get this vial down. So we're at an 11 after we fetch. And we know they have an Inti and a Croxa. I feel pretty dead. Go to the end step. So this is 9 coming in. And then Bloodstained Mire is going to... oh, it's 10 coming in. It's crazy. In the end step, like the sack. Consider my life real quick. Ringleader, no. I love you, Ringleader, just not right now. Unsettle, keep, trigger. And block, die. Give my opponent the catharsis of winning through combat damage. Alright, opponent. Do your worst. Alright, game 2. So playing against Hollow One. Really like Chalice on 1. Thoughtseize is very bad. Vial is okay, but it's not the greatest. I'm not really racing, so Battlecry and Chain Whirler can go. Trashman's really good here. Munitions Expert's really good here. I guess Push is really good. Chalice stops their more busted draws. And it takes away their removal spells. I guess we don't have to cut the vial. No, I kind of like the idea of cutting the vials. And just playing more creatures. I guess Brother's End would be decent too, but not as good as Vial. Chalice. I think in this matchup, we definitely don't want Battlecry if we had to choose one card. Maybe we bring in... bring in 2 Brothers at Ends. Why not? Let's try it. I would like to go first. Sand is bad. Okay. A Brother's End in a Dream. Do we need to go to Chalice? It's kind of mulligan to Chalice. We could. We don't want to play Snoop before the Brothers End. So theoretically, it'd be turn 1 Theater, turn 2 tapped Blood Crypt, turn 3 Arena, turn 4 play Bloodstained Mire, play Snoop. Bloodstain allows us to manipulate the top of our deck. In that case, that's good, and we can bottom this land. All right. Turn 1 Raucous Theater. If Brother's End was Fatal Push, probably would be better. It's just bad as a top deck together with the other cards. Been a land for sure. Pass it over. Burning Inquiry. Mako, okay. We have a billion ways to stop that now. Okay. And I saw last game, the only removal I saw was a Bowmasters. Because I'm in too deep, but I'm trying to keep up above in my head. Yeah, that makes sense. It makes sense that they would play Bolt. I'm assuming they would play some kind of removal spell. We just didn't see it last game. They could tap out for an NT here. Another Mako Burning Inquiry. No Shepja. No blocks. Double gut shot me. Come on. All right, we're going to go shock. Yes. Black, red, black. Harbinger. Yes. Put a Kiki Jiki on top. Tap the target. 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 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. Tap target. Yes. Mob. Shoot ya. Shoot ya. Shoot ya. Shoot ya. Shoot ya. Shoot ya. Okay. Game 3. Fatal Push would be better than Brothers at End because it wouldn't have had to kill my entire board. It's probably just a 1-to-1 swap. But on NT, the issue is the Fatal Push is better against the. So we're on the draw. I think I like cutting my vials. I mean, Chalice is good, but what if we just bring in. Yeah, it's still not enough. And then we play 2 Chalice on top of that. 2 push, 2 Chalice for Brothers at End. Hey, appreciate you. Appreciate you for being here. It really means a lot, and thank you for that. Really, that means a lot to me. And yeah, it was a good day. You know, we had to grind. I'm a big stoner, and so it was really tough to. It wasn't tough, but I had to tell myself you get to relax later, and I went into it completely sober, and it felt really good to be functioning on all levels. Big shout out to the friends that I went with. They all had their invites, and they were trying their best to help me get the invite. And I paired against one of them. They homie scooped me in that round, but the rest of the rounds I played. And yeah, it was really close games all around. It was a really good day. I think I keep this a little slow. On turn 3, I can deal 3 damage. I don't know if that's going to be good enough, especially if they're nut draws. It's like we want a Chalice on 2. The issue is when we get a Chalice on 2, it's not always the greatest against them. If these were Fatal Pushes, it'd be a lot better, I think. Let me think. Like turn 3, we could just be dead. This can grab a Trash Master. I mean, if they spew out 1-drops like they did last game. I'll try it. Oh, hell yeah. Well, welcome to Magic. That's super cool. Like, hey, if you love Final Fantasy, if you love anything, really. Okay, we discarded a land, a rose hit, and a crater maker. And they turn one to hollow one. Okay. Nothing bad is going to happen. But yeah, that's awesome. Congratulations on getting into Magic. That's the one, I don't want to say the one good thing. That's one of the good things about the Final Fantasy sets and the Universes Beyond sets in general is they bring new people that otherwise wouldn't play the game into the game. So welcome to the Magic community, and thank you for dropping in and being part of the Horde. The Goblin Horde. Street Wraith, yeah. It's good, good, good. Put a chalice on one, possibly. Now they faithless looting. Okay, so we gotta grab a Sting Scourger. Like now. 'Cause I know how to mold, I'm covered in mold. Just try not to get sold to the wind for $1 and a motherfucking bone. Let me go. Why do I always stay? When they ask me to cave, I always fucking stay. So I got a 5 next turn, then I matron for a Sting Scourger, and then I go to dead. GG, opponent, well played. Because, yeah, I can matron. I need to draw the Sting Scourger naturally. It's not going to happen. Yeah, munitions doesn't do it. Play Goblin. Well, that's how it goes sometimes. We'll matron for the Sting Scourger. I guess the hand was too slow. But I don't know if we have anything against a turn 1 hollow one as they put a Detectless Phoenix on. Maybe we could. Yeah. It's close. It's really close. I think we probably mulliganed to the combo versus them. But they had the bolt, so they wouldn't have lost to that anyways. Pass it over. Opponent Catharsis of winning through combat damage. Here we go. You're a Yu-Gi-Oh player, but have so many cards in your Magic Ideas playlist. That's so cool, dude. Big respect. I think that fluidity is really important. And so like being willing to like play different games, it helps you overall in everything. Like what is it? Neuroplasticity. When you're willing to, change the way that you think about things, the way you look at things, and your perception and your reality. GG's, opponent, well played. Your brain naturally stays flexible, but when you like lock yourselves into like the same beliefs and the same play patterns over and over again, right, your brain's neuroplasticity goes down. So like it's important to like be willing to like try different things and play different games. So big shout out to you for being a Yu-Gi-Oh player and being willing to cross over into Magic, because it's just a lot. There's a lot of rules to this game. The formats are crazy, but I think it's worth it. It's a lot of fun in the end. So let me see how long we've been streaming. Not even quite an hour. Okay, cool. So what I'm gonna do real quick, I'm gonna go to the bathroom and I will be right back. What I'm gonna do first is pull up the deck list. My tape doesn't, I bet you money my tape doesn't work. Go over here. We can go here, return to details, view deck. And then I'm going to go use the bathroom quick. I will be right back. The edge of this hill, see I'm trying to build. I'm trying to grow a wall, and I know that it knows that I'm covered in mold. Okay. And we're back. Okay. Back at it. Time to play some more Magic. Alright, well, we lost to Hollow One right off the bat, which is, you know what? If we're going to take a loss, Hollow One's a good deck to lose to. Highly efficient, a good amount of randomness. You can't be mad when you lose to the luck of the draw. Or the luck of the discard. You kind of just got to, like, when they play Burning Inquiry, look at it like you're re-choosing your 7. It's pretty much what it is. While we're waiting, I just want to say I really appreciate y'all watching. If you enjoy Goblin's content, hit that like and subscribe. Easiest way to support the channel, and it's free. It means a lot to me. And if you want to do more, support the channel. $1 a month gets your name read out in every stream. These are the members over here. Alpha Ronan, Tim's Top Decks, Elias Sutter, The Darth Newt, ADDY100K, Jared Munsterman, and Annan. Absolute legends. Less than the price of a cup of coffee. Helps me keep the channel running. So I really appreciate you. Die roll? Yeah, let's go first. Hell yeah. So this might be kind of counterintuitive, but we're going to fetch shock, play a vial. So we're going to go fetch shock, blood crypt, yes, vial, yield. So now that we can go Thoughtseize and Surveil and Vial and Skirk next turn. Lotus Bloom. I would like to do this. It's a really good one. So we start with the Surveil. Second vial can go to the yard. Now we Thoughtseize. Maybe. I use all the spell snare in order to counter, and that's fine. Because we get to Violin, Skirk, not yield. We're going to go, we know how to stop, 0-5. Yeah, very close. End step, activate. Yes, if you ever F6, to stop your F6, you go a different keybind that is still in auto yield, but to a different point in the turn. I like to use 0. It auto passes to your end step. So if you're like locked into a yield, you can, as long as you're not in this menu, you can click 0, that passes to the end step, and then you can press 5 to stop passing to the end step. I know everybody probably knows that, but I didn't, and I found that out, and I was like, whoa. So little mtgo life hack that I found that works for me and probably works for you too. If you play mtgo, you probably know all this shit. I would like to uptake this vial, play around your stuff, and I can get a second Snoop into play with haste next turn. So let's cast this matron. Tameshi exiled. Sure. And then I'll just go to combat. Oof. I'm not going to kill him through combat damage, so that's fine, I guess. But -1 point. F's in the chat. 1 time counter. Vial and a Snoop. Oh! Take out the vial. Now we go exert, red, haste, Hasty Snoop. Activate. Yes. They will have to have exactly consign to stop this. GG's opponent. Well played. Really close. All right. Them not having a second land was pretty good for us. This is a really good Thoughtseize matchup. Chalice on 0 is actually good. Vial's too slow for sure, even though it was really good there. Not really munitions, even though we want to kill Tameshi. So in that case, Sting Scourger is even worse. Tameshi is a 2/3, so Crater Maker doesn't do anything. These cards are good at shattering exactly the Lotus Bloom. They'll just make mana in response and whir. Chain Whirler's really bad. Munitions actually gives us a chance to kill Tameshi, so that's something. 58. I guess we don't need to cut the Trash Man. Sting Scourger is definitely bad. Crater Maker is also decent. I guess this is also decent. We just don't want that Sting Scourger. If I can get a Chalice into play on 0 or play a Thoughtseize, I think I'm in a pretty good spot. And then our whole game plan is these core cards. I guess these can be slotted in there as well. So these 14 cards are the core of the deck. All of this is flex. And this hand is just bad. Playing against Belcher. Better. Bottom both the expensive cards. Keep my lands. That's really good. Fetch Shock. I want this to get countered so I can play my Chalice. Ooh, that's really nice. 2 Sink into Stupors, a Flare of Denial. A Bayeen Veil, and Thunder. I think we take the Thunder Trap Trainer. Because this can bolt them. They can bolt themselves with this. Yeah. And these. The Sinks are going to be a little bit annoying bouncing the Chalice. I think I take the Thunder Trap Trainer because it turns off the Flare of Denial as well. Does Chalice on 0 do anything? Chalice on 3 is 6 mana, so right now we're just going to put it on 0 to stop the Lotus Bloom from being cast. Because I don't think Chalice on 1 right now does anything, and where we want it is on 3. They could play Hydroelectric Specimen and start attacking. That is a line. But that's only if our deck really struggles at what it's going to be doing for the next couple turns. And we have a Surveil land if we draw something like... I mean, best draw is probably Snoop. Play land, Snoop, and then, yeah. Because they don't have... Okay, well, there's the Surveil land, so we don't even need to fetch. What are we going to put Chalice on? 2? No, we would have to put it on 3. Then another Chalice. And we'll just yield. So right now I know that they don't have this and this. So the creature's out of their hand. But they drew the Tameshi. Okay. That's a snoop. I mean, they could sack the Tameshi. They could sack the Tameshi to flare. Or they could sink into stupor. I think if I force them to sack the Tameshi, that's fine. Because they could just cast Sink. They're in a fine spot to let it resolve, yeah. Exactly. But now I get to use it as deck manipulation to see that the top card is bad and get a tap land. Beautiful. That munitions expert can kill the Tameshi. I'm not going to block. You're winning this race, so I agree. Archaeologist is good. I can kill both those creatures. I guess not, because they're going to play a flare by sacking the Archaeologist. Interesting. Tap land, pass. I'll yield through this turn. In my upkeep. Nope, that's fine. Yeah, that's what we wanted to see. So now we're going to go black-red, munitions expert. Target Tameshi, munitions expert. They have to use the flare denial to save both their creatures. Ooh, they just have a Stern Scolding. Okay, so they still have their flare of denial. Very interesting. Oh, if the Chalice was a vial. Punts. Ah, that's why it's not. I was like, well, how did my phone die? It's on the charger. But what, Jack, if the charger doesn't work? Harbinger. No. It's fine. I'm fine. I didn't want a combo anyways. No attacks. That's so good. Cast the Crater Maker. They have to counter this. Flare is good. We're still in a good spot. No attacks. Yield it over. They have 2 Sink into Stupors. No, I guess they played them both. So I don't know about any of the cards they have. I'm going to take the stop off for now. A Snoop that I can't play. Okay. Yield. Snapback, okay. 2 mana, return a creature to its owner's hand. Unsummon for 2 mana that you can cast for free. That's pretty good. No box. Definitely not attacking. I guess Sting Scourger is actually my out, but I took it out. If I draw land, Sting Scourger plus Sting Scourger plus fetch, double Snoop. So now we can trade with the Harbinger counterspell. Pass it over. Okay, so if this chalice was a vial, we would have won this game. So we at 2, and 1 jump blocker just isn't enough. Yeah, so we need something good on top. Mogmob on top? Chalice is not going to do it. No. Let's give them the catharsis of winning through combat damage. Good. We die now. Wakapui! Alright, game 3. So bring the vials back in. Chalice does nothing. Try it like that. I guess we want Sting Scourger over something. 4 Thoughtseize. Sting Scourger is better than Battle Cry. We're never really going to have time to attack. I'll go first. No Cavern, no Vial. It's tough. If we draw a black source, we can use the Munitions Expert. We can blind flip stuff with Snoop, but we have a Kiki in our hand. I mean, I'll try it. It's not the fastest hand. Oh. I thought there was something bad about this hand. I don't have a second land. I legitimately thought that I had a second mountain. F's in the chat. Drop F's in the chat. All right, we're sacking this to cast the Snoop. Nourishing Shoal. Thoughtseize on top. Okay. Definitely can't cast that. And let it be known, this is why it's the law. If you have a 1-land hand, you have to mulligan it. Because it's just not worth not playing the game. Okay, there's a land on top. Nothing bad is going to happen. Oof. Okay. I mean, that's something. We can go Creator Maker. Although if they have a Charbelcher, they just play it with their land and then Lotus Bloom crack it. So we're dead if they have that. Yeah, I mean, I'll attack. If they trade, we're fine. Very close. Definitely punted. Good game, opponent. Well played. Yeah, I guess we definitely should have mulliganed because there was one land, but we also should have mulliganed because we have a Kikijiki in our hand and it's our 7. We can always go to a 6 or a 5 and put these back in our deck. And then we also want Vial on one or Cavern. Either one of those is really important. I thought I saw double Snoop and I was like, well, I want to do that. You know what? You win and then you lose, and that's the game of Magic. It's 50-50. And so really appreciate y'all watching. If you enjoyed all this content, hit that like and subscribe. Easiest way to support the channel, and it's free. We took 2 L's. We took some W's today, though, and that's just how it goes. We ended up basically 2-2, another day in the office. I'm going to crash because I'm dead, but I'm going to be back tomorrow at 10 o'clock p.m. CST. If you want to see me here, you know where to find me. A big shout out to my members real quick. Alpha Run, Tim Stop Decks, Elias Sutter, The Darth Newt, ADDY100K, and Jared Munsterman, and Annan. Absolute legends. Really appreciate y'all supporting the channel. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have a beautiful night. Peace.